Yo friends, Tohoko here, and I've played both Bloons TD Battles 2 and Legion Tower Defense 2. And I wanted to make a video showing how to play Legion if you're a Bloons player, because the games are actually pretty similar, but they have a couple of key differences. And what makes me a good person to make this video? Well, I've been top 100 in both Legion and in Bloons. Not really trying to flex, well, maybe kind of a flex, but whatever. Let's just move on. The goal of both games is to build up a defense and to send things, I couldn't think of a better word, to defeat your opponent. In Legion, the win condition is getting the enemy's king HP to 0, and in Bloons, the win condition is getting the enemy's lives to 0. Both of which require you to overwhelm their defenses with your sends. Both games have an income system where you periodically get gold based off of your income. In Bloons, you send Bloons, and you get an income amount based off of which Bloons are sent. Some Bloons are more cost efficient than the others, and some Bloons actually can lose you income. You get gold based off of your income every 6 seconds. In Legion, you send something called Mercenaries. These increase your income based off of what you send. Just like in Bloons, some give you more income than others. In Legion, there's only two types. We call them Income Mercenaries versus Power Mercenaries. Income Mercenaries are generally weaker, but give more income, while Power Mercenaries are generally stronger, but give less income. You get gold based off of your income after each round. In Bloons, you select one hero and 3 towers. These can be the same every time, but the map is random. Some maps are stronger for certain loadouts than others. And in Legion, we don't have the luxury of being able to select our towers for each game. Instead, we have a loadout system that uses something called Masterminds. These determine how you play the game, and there's enough of them to never get bored. Most give you 10 random units, of which you can pick 6. The units you pick largely determine how you play the game. You can choose units to like GG round 40 somebody, or you can go something with a little bit more early aggression and try something similar to an all-out Purple Rush on 11, or like a regen Rainbows on 13. But with Legion, sometimes you're forced into one or the other. In Battles 2, there's AI, or natural Bloons, sent each round, and these are the same every game, no matter the map. Legion also has waves that are the exact same every game. They go up to round 21, and then the wave repeats itself with a stronger and stronger variation until the game is over. Okay, let's go over the units a bit more for each game. Bloons and Monkeys both have typings, like Attack Shooter can't hit a lead balloon, or Purple Bloons are immune to fire. Legion also has typings, but nothing is immune in this game, instead they do bonus or reduced damage. The waves, the mercenaries, and the towers all have an attack type and a defense type. This chart can be a bit confusing at first, but the attack types are on the left and the defense types are on the top. We can see anything that does impact damage does 20% less damage to anything with the swift defense type, 10% less damage to anything with the natural type, but it does 15% boosted damage to anything with the arcane or fortified defenses. Alright, now for resources. In Bloons, you only have gold, which is used to buy both the towers and the sends. For Legion, it's kind of similar, but at the same time a bit different. You use gold to buy towers, or to buy something called a worker. Each worker increases your mythium gained every 10 seconds, and the more workers you have, the more mythium you have. And mythium is the currency that is used to buy the mercenaries. And sending mercenaries gives you income based on how much mythium you have spent. It becomes a balancing act of using the gold you get each wave to buy more towers or workers. And workers take about 3 waves, depending on how long the waves are, to make enough mythium to pay for themselves with the income that you get from sending those mercenaries. So, in summary, it's spending gold on workers or towers, use the mythium gained from the workers that you bought to buy mercenaries, and use the income gained from buying those mercenaries to buy more workers or towers. Bloons has a couple of ways to gain gold, whether it be income, or a farm, or one of the other towers that can generate gold. In Legion, we also have a unit like that, but I think it's best to avoid it for now. The main ways to get gold are pretty simple. Each wave gives you a set amount of gold, increasing each wave. Any mercenary sent and killed give additional gold to the wave. You also get gold equal to your income for each wave. The last way is to break through your opponent's defenses. You get gold for each unit that gets through, and bonus gold for each time one of those units attacks the enemy king. And this is why it's a balancing act of buying workers or towers for each wave. If your defenses get broken through, you lose out on gold and the enemy gains gold. And if you don't buy enough workers early, you won't have enough mythium to buy enough mercenaries to have high enough income to scale you into the late game. Bloons is one part planning and the other part reaction based. If somebody tries to rush you or do a big send, you can build a tower mid-send to try to counter it. A nice example would be a Pocket Maelstrom. Legion is a bit different. You have to prepare for the current round, and once it starts, there is nothing you can do. If you think they are sending you big on the current wave, you have to build good units for that wave. If you misread it and you don't build for that wave, you are at risk of leaking big and giving the opponents a major advantage. Or if you build for that wave and they don't send you, you're at risk of leaking for the next one. And just like in Bloons, it gets way more in-depth in Legion. This is why both games are pretty much infinitely replayable, and I hope this video helps any Bloons players that are interested in trying out Legion. Thanks for watching, friends!